This place has a way of fine-tuning a raw talent. Jim was a raw talent when he came here. He got honed and he got fine-tuned by the time he got out of here. He went on to Xavier and he went on to Capital and he went on to Ohio State and he has a master's degree and a law degree. This place honed that fine mind.
He's a very dedicated public servant in his career, you know, whether it be with the IRS or the Department of Justice. He actually did a lot of good for people that were either wronged or, I mean, he worked in, you know, human trafficking. He helped a lot of people that needed help, you know, justice.
It was a big loss at the U.S. Attorney's Office when he retired 4 months ago. I mean, he was such a wealth of information and so willing to share his knowledge with others. He had, you know, nearly 30 years with that office, and that's just a big loss that really can't be overcome when someone like that, with all that experience and that willingness to share his experience with others, walks out the door. That's difficult, if not impossible, to replace.
He not only truly loves the school, but he lives by the values that were instilled in him throughout his time here. And I think he just uses those values as a framework for doing good and doing better. And he's always working to better the community through the values that he learned here. And he does it without seeking reward or recognition or any accolade. Teaching PSR or working on a parish council, he's always using his skills and his knowledge that he's gained towards bettering his community, I think. So we see it in everything he does.
I always trusted his judgment. And it may sound cliche, I really don't care how it sounds, but Jim was always interested in doing justice. He really tried to do the right thing in all of his cases in terms of charging decisions, what charges to pursue, which targets to seek charges against. And as time went on and I gained more experience, I found that he and I viewed things the same way, and he was an excellent sounding board in terms of making judgment decisions about cases. But he was always about doing justice and acting with integrity, and that's what he did throughout his career.
When I was named as the alumni president in 1991, one of the persons I turned to right away was Jim Moroney. And I had asked Jim, I said, I'd love to have you be on my council and work with me, get things done. And it ended up, whenever I would ask Jim to do anything, I wouldn't even have to follow up with him. It got done right away. You knew it was going to be done. He did it very quietly, and he advanced in his career, and he served as alumni president in 1999. So he started at the ground level, worked his way up, and then ran the alumni council back then.
Being a consensus maker. I remember, you know, the conversations and those of us that have worked on those committees. There needs to be someone in the room that can work the committee to a specific agenda and then ultimately to the specific goal. And Jim was one of those guys. Jim could take the group, let everyone discuss, let everyone bring their agendas, but at the end of the meeting, we were all going to go in the same direction.
Just the whole philosophy of what it is to be a Jesuit, and you know, you went to Xavier after here and came back after graduating and relocating to Cleveland, and you know, got right involved with the Ignatius fund drives and just at nights, and that's just Jim. You can't change him, you know. So talk about man for others. He follows that unbelievably.
He was the first person to sign up for a committee, to sign up to volunteer. He taught me all of these things growing up by example. I always watched him dedicate so much time and so much effort and so much of his passion to pursuing and protecting justice for those less fortunate, for those in the community that need an advocate.
To join a group for an award that's named after Father Welsh and the Murphys is just humbling. And I looked over the list of award recipients. I think I worked with 25 of them or so over the course of my service on the Alumni Council, and they're all legends. And it's an honor to be part of that.